So first of all, it's my first time in Albania. Actually, it's my first time in the region. Very excited to be here, and I've been here for a couple of days. I love the energy, people, and I clearly see there's an opportunity for us to do more when it comes to economic and commercial partnership. I think this country has a ton of potential, whether it's areas like energy security, cybersecurity, healthcare and technology. We want to make sure that we make it easier for companies to operate here, to open a business here, have access to talent and resources and networks in a way that, frankly, everybody can benefit from them. So with all those improvements, then clearly we can do more and have greater investment in Albania from the United States than we have seen so far. There are some very specific suggestions these companies have with respect to making sure that they have access to the land, or they have a predictability of the tax regime, or in some cases, even access to resources. We need to make sure that we are taking that friction out of the process, so these projects could be launched, which will be absolutely critical to ensure energy security, both for Albania, but also for the region. Tech is the future. Before I joined President Biden's administration, I was in the tech sector. I'm a tech entrepreneur. And I think this is one area where many countries, including Albania, can leapfrog. I met with these amazing entrepreneurs yesterday. They're energetic, who are working with many US companies. We need to invest in a few things to make sure that Albania can truly perform up to its potential. The first and foremost is talent. I know we have a rather small number of software developers in the country. Access to talent is absolutely key for startups, but by the way, you also need them to run a modern economy. We know that there are some US companies who opened schools here. I went to a couple of them yesterday, which is terrific. They are coders and developer academies. I understand today from our finance minister from the government of Albania that the government has also introduced initiatives to train developers. Again, those are terrific initiatives, and we want to make sure there is more talent that can come into the market to not only be part of this startup and help us build this ecosystem of entrepreneurship in the country, but also that they can perform essential work within the digital economy overall. The other thing I would say is that one of the more basic ingredients you need for the entrepreneurial ecosystem is an environment where everybody feels that they can have a fair shot at succeeding. They can start a business without worrying about IP, without worrying about spending time to pursue networks and resources to get basic things done. Entrepreneurs should be spending all their time to build a product, to solve a business problem, to create value, right, for their companies, for their customers, and for the country. And you want to free them up from everything else. And that's one of the reasons Silicon Valley has done well. I spent 2 decades in Silicon Valley. You can come from pretty much anywhere in the world. If you have a good idea, and if you are able to form a great team, you can solve global challenges. American entrepreneurs based in Silicon Valley have literally changed the way the world works, runs, communicates. I mean, every device that we use, every app, most of that is made in the United States. But a fundamental ingredient that made it possible was this ecosystem where everybody felt free to pursue their dreams, but you also had an environment which was supportive, where you're not spending your time on overhead in starting a business, and you had access to resources and networks. And we have to learn from that, and we are hoping we can work with our partners in Albania to help develop that kind of an ecosystem in the country. I would go back to energy security. It is such a critical issue. I know Albania needs reliant energy. It's wonderful. Many of these are renewable sources of energy. So I've met with them. In the tourism sector, we know Marriott is about to open a hotel in Tirana. Hopefully more will follow. I think cybersecurity, we know that Albania faced attacks from state actors in recent years. We want to make sure that we bolster Albania's ability to be protected from any such future attacks, and maybe also help Albania develop its own cybersecurity competence, if you will, as a country. First, in the cybersecurity space, we have Microsoft that has come in and is playing a pretty big role in cybersecurity, and make sure that Albania is in a better place, working with the government of Albania. Bechtel is working on a pretty large, I would say historic hydroelectric project in Skavica, and that is going to hopefully be a game changer for Albania and hopefully for the region as well. Accelerate is working on a fairly significant LNG initiative in Vlora as well. So these are again large projects that will take some time to materialize, but we're excited that in various sectors we have American companies that are stepping in. That shows their confidence in Albania, and it also shows the potential that we have in this country to be able to take on these complex long-term projects. I spent so much time talking to American companies operating here, trying to understand what works, what we can do better, talking to entrepreneurs, talking to startups, and others. And we are taking that feedback and sharing with our friends with the government of Albania to make sure that they continue to do reform, both in terms of improvement in business climate, but also justice reform, rule of law, transparency. Those are all essential things for U.S. companies to do more business here. I would also say they're also essential for local entrepreneurs to pursue their dreams and do well. We understand there has been obviously an economic impact on the region, and Albania is part of this region. That's why it's so critical that we bolster the energy security of the people of Albania, but also potentially having this region be part of the broader solution for the region when it comes to energy security. And that's why it's so essential that American investment, involvement, mentorship, if you will, of these sectors, whether it's energy, whether it's cybersecurity, technology, we strengthen that given just some of the regional challenges that we have seen, especially in the wake of Russia's aggression in Ukraine.